there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 16th of January episode of my fantabulous live stream. Is it fantabulous just because of me? No, of course not. I mean, I'm a big part of it, but it's also fantabulous because of you folk who come and hang out with me every week and keep the demons from taking over. So, I would like to start off with the usual housekeeping, by which I say if you are joining us, time shifted to tomorrow or next week or next year or whenever. Thank you very much. I love knowing that your eyes are on the content. I love knowing that you are hanging with me, even though it's after the fact and you can't participate in the side chat. And I do love seeing the comments pop up even after the fact. I did forget to say, welcome to the episode, blah, 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 where we talk about blades, we talk about beer, and we talk about bushcraft, but, you know, we're all friends here, right? If at any point you really love what's happening here tonight, I invite you to drop me a smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you kind of don't like what's going on, you kind of hate it, in fact, that's okay. You can drop me a frowny thumb. That works just as well. You're still tickling that algorithm for me. And if you would like to take a more active role in supporting the channel, keeping the lights on and stuff like that, helping me on my slow climb towards glory, then I invite you to investigate the join button wherever down there it is this week. You click on that and you'll see that there are 2 tiers of membership open to you, and it will also tell you what you get for your hard-earned money. I would, however, invite you to right-click and open in another tab for later. So, without much further ado, I do have a beer here with me tonight. This is the Churchill. It's a Rose Anglaise, so I guess a British amber. I don't know. This is by Microbrasserie La Garnison from Lac-Mégantic. Lac-Mégantic in this province is famous for a... There we go. Can you guys see it now? There we go. Lac-Mégantic in this province is famous for a train accident that took out the entire downtown and killed 47 people. But it also has a microbrewery. This is part of their classic line. This says bière forte, strong beer, but it's only 5.6%. So I guess it's a strong in the welterweight category or the featherweight, which is fine by me. I'm not into like the sort of the cliched Quebec microbrews at like 8 or 9%. I don't like it. I feel that I've already said this to you guys ad nauseam, but I'll say it one more time just for good measure. I feel that once a beer gets to 8 or 9%, the flavor of the alcohol is overwhelming the actual good flavors in the beer itself. So I don't mess with that. I'm using a Alexander Keith's mug tonight for no good reason. I just found them while I was cleaning the glasses cupboard. Excuse me. So this glass is from a gig that I did at a bar that was celebrating the 207th birthday of Alexander Keith. Those who like it a lot. So let's see who's here with me on this night of nights. We had Peanut Trucker popping in early, well, not really that early. You were exactly on time, 9 o'clock. But I was very close to not being on time. Before this live stream, I had my usual governing board meeting out the youngest daughter's school. That went a little late, but I almost didn't make it to that either, because sometime between me getting to work this morning and me leaving, we got dumped on, y'all. And so the traffic was horrifying. And I had to stop at IKEA on the way home for some screws, but they didn't have them. Anyways, I almost didn't make it for that. And then everything sort of rolls, right? But anyways, are you guys seeing like intermittent like blinking of the color? D- maybe you aren't. I don't know. It's like if I do this, I get like blinkies. But anyways, whatever. I'm gonna ignore the problem. Hope it goes away. Who else do we have here? We got Grace Martin in the house saying hi. Destiny. Destiny saying hi. We got Jess King, also buried under snow out there in Jess King land. Yeah, I saw the pictures on the Discord. Crazy stuff. A little bit of a bitterness to it, but like a British bitters, a British bitter rather than an IPA, so it's all right. It's an Irish red ale. It's an English red ale. Um, pretty good. Take another sip of that. It's okay. I will not necessarily feel the need to spend the money on it again, though. Kristen, saying hi to everyone. Christy also being a channel hero with the little icon, same as our buddy Peanut Trucker. The drums of Kilimanjaro, Quebec. I love it. Kristen is asking Jess King if he's stopped getting epically dumped on over there by the snow. Did he answer? No, not yet. Chris reminding everyone to hit the thumbs up before the hammer gets here, because yeah, there's something really up with my browser and YouTube. Like, it doesn't give me a live update of the thumbs ups. Like, I have to reload the page to see the latest numbers. But also, when I'm editing a video, like editing the information that goes with the video when you put it on YouTube, like, your whatever monetization, thumbnail, cards, whatever it's called at the end tag, the end screen, whatever, SEO stuff, right? Like tags and stuff. I hit save and the save button goes gray and nothing happens. So then when I go to leave the page, it says, "You're about to lose all your changes. Are you sure you want to do it?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm sure," because I'm pissed off now. And I do it, and all the changes are there. So there's something going on with the tube of views. So anyways, I have no idea. Right now, what I see is one thumbs up. I'll just reload the page anyway. Oh, 10. Okay. And we got, how many? 15 people watching, 10 thumbs ups. All right. Some of you are hurting me, but it's okay. It's okay. I bruise easily, but I heal fast. Ian the Web Lord, channel hero in the house, saying evening to everybody. Jess King, yes, it has stopped snowing all over them over there, and it is a beautiful day. Christy says, "What does a bonded rye mean?" I'm just going to check that up because I know what a bourbon bottled in bond means. Like, that's an American term, right? Like, no one else uses this sort of bonded. I'm just taking a look. Huh. Okay. So it looks like it's the same as for a bourbon that's bottled in bond. Produced and bottled at a single distillery. Same. In a single distillation season. Same. Aged for at least 4 years in a federally bonded warehouse. Okay. And bonded at 100 proof at 50% alcohol by volume. So that's it. I mean, the Jack Daniels is also like charcoal filtered because that's their Lincoln County process. But so yeah. So the bonded is that the warehouse is federally bonded, but it's also American whiskey has all these little categories with different rules, and I think it's because you guys just love that stuff. Because like there's straight bourbon, There's bottled in bond. There's, like, all these things mean slightly different things. Um, and I find it frankly confusing. But yeah, okay. So, excuse me. Bottled in bond for rye is the same as for bourbon. Single distillery, single year. That's a big one. Okay. Not single year, single season. At least 4 years in the federally bonded warehouse. That means you can't age it for 2 years, on your back porch or something, and then move it into a federally bonded warehouse. It has to spend at least 4 years there and be at least 50% alcohol by volume. By the way, some of the rules for American whiskey, like bourbon specifically, are guaranteeing a dram that I'm gonna like. Bottled and bond has to be 50%. I'm happy. I like that. I'm happiest at above 45%. 50% for me is probably like the pinnacle of like affordability versus flavors and everything. Especially because sometimes when you go to like full on cask strength, something that's like 67%, it's like, I might put a drop of water in this just to see if there are any flavors in here. So that's what the Bottled in Bond Act requires for bottled in bond beverages. Shawnee's in listening while she works again. Nice to have your ears. Serge popped in just in time for the pour. Good evening to Serge. How's it going in your little corner of paradise, monsieur? Okay, so you're not getting blinking. Okay, weird. Because I didn't notice much blinking when I looked on, excuse me, on YouTube. But man, it's bugging me on StreamYard. But hey, if you're not seeing it, then that's okay. That's okay. None of you guys are getting the blinking. Okay. Destiny says the Arctic front has swanned off. It's now a balmy minus 11 degrees Celsius. Time for shorts and sandals. I was just talking about this. Was it on one of the live streams recently? How in Montreal, -9 in like September is you got a sweater on, you're putting a jacket on. It's like, oh God, it's cold. -9 in February is you're outside in running shoes and short sleeves and like loving the coming of spring. Is it the same in like other towns, other cities? But I mean, that is like the Montreal thing. Country Boy says no notification. That's because I didn't have time to set this up before the fact. Like I literally, crashed into my desk with all my beverages and stuff, set it up, and like go time. I had no time to set it up. I had a governing board meeting, and we, excuse me, and even then, like I almost missed part of the beginning of that due to the nightmarish traffic situation that today's snow dump laid on us. And I can't be late for the governing board meetings because I'm the chair of the board. Gentle snow falling like a snow globe. Yep, same here. Just seeing if anyone else has popped in. There we go. We got Susie Q. Susie Q popping in. Nice to see you. We were just talking about stuff. By the way, Country Boy is a channel hero, as you can tell by that logo, by that icon. So Christy also has to refresh every few to get an updated count. Yeah, like I still see 10 thumbs ups, and it looks like we have 18 people. So I'm going to reload the YouTube ash. 13 thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the tube reviews. So I don't know what they're messing with. Country Boy says southwest coast of BC is going to get hammered by 8 feet. I'm thinking you probably meant inches of snow and ice rain tonight. I'll stay home tomorrow and watch the hilarity on the news. Yeah, absolutely. Christy's asking if Sales is getting hammered with snow. No, he's not in the Eastern Townships. He's further, but the Eastern Townships had a really epic dump a few days ago. Russell says, I wonder what you'd get if you took a nice whiskey at 40% and distilled it down to 50. Now, Russell's just being a brag because he knows he's got that bass backwards. Well, here's the funny thing though, like some like if a whiskey gets old enough and it's being distilled in Scotland, there's someone who's watching that barrel to make sure it doesn't dip below 40, because as soon as you're at 39.9%, you're not allowed to call it whiskey anymore. So there's some like 30-year-olds that they're like, we got to bottle this now and get it out there. 30 or 40-year-old whiskeys. Russell, by the way, is also a channel hero. Canadian in the house saying hi to everyone. Nice to see us. Nice to see you over there in the Ottawa Valley. Canadian is apparently multitasking. Wait. Destiny said, we received a notification to unload the grid pull, and with 2 minutes, Albertans responded, so the whole darn thing didn't have to go to rotating outs. That's good to know. You sat in the dark and listened to the furnace kick in every few minutes. Destiny, I didn't know you were in Alberta. I told you that my fiddle player lives in Calgary, eh? Which reminds me, this weekend I'm gigging without the fiddler because he lives in Calgary. Which means, unfortunately, that I'm going to be missing Books. Which sucks. I hate missing Books. No, I do not want to enable dictation. Peanut Trucker says, Country Boy Trapped in the City. I was supposed to remind you to yell at Destiny to add a word to the book, but I forgot the word. I don't remember the word either. But the thing is, I never remember the words. So you got about 2 feet of snow. So nice New Year's. Came home from Montreal Sunday night to another foot of snow. I ended up going to bed at 1. I've done a lot of digging this past couple of weeks, dude. I'd be tired. So if you have to duck out so you can go to bed early, then I'm okay with that. Oh, you were okay to register. We just registered the Squeakling for school next year. Got to get in on that. Got to get her done. Okay, so here's a little update from you. You guys remember the episode where I took my laptop apart? And this is the SSD on it. It doesn't work. It's completely dead. So what I've since done is taken my old Mac RAID drives out of the Hackintosh, and I got an external case to put the drives in to see if I can salvage any of my information. This is starting to get a little more expensive than I can handle, to be straight with you. Oh, Russell says no Books on Friday. Okay, sweet. Oh, you also shoveled at your mom's. You're like, oh yeah. Oh. Sick of snow already. So yeah, okay. Both of the guys are Destiny. They both failed you. They were supposed to tell you about a word. I don't remember what it was because I don't really pay attention when I talk. I used to agree that winter sucks, but snowshoes really changed my mind. Snowshoes and kids, actually. Snowshoes first, then kids. It's the gun show. Oh, prime 303 British right there. Oh, sorry, 303 British. Hey, we got Lorenzo out and about in the house saying hi. Everyone say hi to Lorenzo. How you doing? Are you snowed on, Lorenzo, like some of us here in Quebec and Ontario are? Canadian says, no, you see, I have snowshoes. Winter still sucks. I don't mind winter anymore. I don't love winter, but I kind of like winter. I see the magic in it, because of the snowshoes and stuff. Chris says, I love winter. I hate summer. Now, where you live, it ain't quite the same as if you were up here, but I don't really love summer either. There are elements of summer that I really like. Sitting on a porch, cup of dram, what? Enjoying a breeze. I am there. But here's the thing. I've said this before. I've probably said it ad nauseum. OG channel subs, just ignore it when I keep repeating stuff because I'm old. In winter, you can put on, you're cold, you put on more layers. You can just layer up, layer up, layer up. In the summer, you can only take off so many layers before you get arrested. You know what I'm saying? But my biggest thing about summer, also, summer in Montreal is a hot, sticky mess, right? 30 degrees, 34 with the humidity, the humidex kind of thing. Ugh. But what I really don't like is being in the woods and being eaten alive by bugs. I mean, autumn, fall, autumn, fall is, in my opinion, the best season. The colors are gorgeous. The temperatures are fabulous. You get to like 10 degrees. So, you're hiking all day, but you're not, you don't have like a river of sweat running down your back. You're not being bothered by the mosquitoes or the black flies. Beautiful. Summer, great. It's nice. You're paddling, greenery all around. The sun is above you, baking you. The bugs are destroying your will to live. I do tend to go on, don't I? Let's just move on. Hold on one little second. Canadian is 62 and sick of it. Fair enough. You prefer 85 to minus 25. Minus 25 is pretty cold. 85. Wait, you're 62. So you're talking in old people degrees, aren't you? I have no idea what 85 is, but minus 25 in degrees freedom is cold. But yeah. Christy likes winter and hates summer, but yeah, you're in Arizona. Yeah. So is there a difference, really? You got 1 foot? 1 foot of snow. All right. Country Boy says, I'd be fine with her if the idiots with summer tires would stay the hell home when it snows. Yeah, in Quebec, you get a big fine if you don't have your winter tires on by a certain date, because those fools just cause too many accidents. Serge says, I have no time to snowshoe, so it's just a white sheet that's in the way. That sucks, especially where you live. I'd be out all night, all day, and all night, snowshoeing till the morning light. Can we just pretend I didn't do that? Why do I speak sometimes? Peanut Trucker says, it's -2 at my house in Florida tonight. Wow, in Florida, really? Holy crap. Canadian is going to head south for the winter when he retires. Hike with Mike in the house. Speaking of Florida and heading south. How's it going, Hike? Again, how's it going, Mike? How's the weather where you are? Peanut says, that's right, Canadian. You come to my house, maybe bring Jess and Destiny with you. We'd have a few drinks, sing a few songs or something. I don't know, make some food. Canadian will be in Tennessee next week. Then Texas in February. Serge likes it when it's about 21 degrees. Hike with Mike says, I like 85 degrees Fahrenheit and humidity. So is that sort of in the 20s, or is that more like in the 30s? Serge is going to Cuba in February. Nice. Nice. My sister-in-law goes to Cuba as often as she can. She's got a paramour down there. So she's always in Cuba. Whoops. Hard freeze Saturday night. Really? I didn't know that you got a hard freeze in Florida ever. Is it a weird winter, or do you guys just have more weather than I thought you did? Canadian is going to spend winters in Texas on your buddy's 600-acre ranch in a few years. I think you sent me pictures from that ranch relatively recently, didn't you? Like a few months ago? Carol is in the house. Carol is a channel hero. Nice to see you. Everyone say hi to Carol. Okay, it's a weird winter, says Hike with Mike. Okay. Celsius at 85 Fahrenheit is about 30 Celsius. Okay, good to know. That's a little hot for me. Like, I think I'm okay up until about maybe 25. When we were in Jamaica this summer, it was above 30 the entire time we were there, and I can't handle that kind of heat. Also, because of my Scottishness, my Scottish genes, I can't handle that kind of sun. You know, like. Anyways, we're not going to dwell on it. Okay, he offered to let you stay there until he's a good lad. Okay. Destiny, today's topic, I don't know. I didn't have time. I had no time. It's been a very rough couple of weeks, so I haven't even had time to stop and think. I did have something that I wanted to ask you guys about, though. I did, but it gone. So South Texas will be your place to hide from snow. Really, Destiny, do you have something you want to talk about tonight? Maybe we can maybe we can make you happy. Talk about something that you're interested in discussing. Hike with Mike says, the hot weather is great for outlaw camping. You don't need to have a campfire, so you can be alone in the woods, nobody bothering you. I do love a campfire, though. Like, even just a small one to give it a sense of space, a sense of place, you know? I remember seeing an episode, I think it was a Ray Mears. Yeah, it was a Ray Mears video where he was in Australia in the outback in the bush. And there was a bushman there showing him how to carve a boomerang. And the first thing that this old guy told Ray to do is to make a fire over there. And there was no need for that fire, but it's for the same reason that I like to have a fire, even if I don't need one. I like it. It gives your campsite a sense of space. Country Boy says, I understand the Scottish genetics. I can't stand the heat. I'm fine with clouds and rain. You do get clouds and rain over there. You do get clouds and rain. So for the two of you who care, my band will be going back to Alberta for the East Coast Kitchen Party this upcoming August, most likely. Looks pretty good. We just have to sign, as we've been doing every year pretty much for the past decade almost. Looking forward to it. Weekend in the mountains. Does the body some good, does the mind some good. Hike with Mike. Oh, yeah. Those UCO. Are they UCO or are they UCO? I know the candle lanterns you're talking about. Little brass guys, you pop it open. I would love to get a couple of those. I almost bought two of them once, and I don't remember why I didn't. Yes, I do. It's because my my credit card had been I'm looking for the word. Had been cloned, I guess. It had been, anyways, it had been used by someone other than me, as I discovered when I tried to buy them. And I just haven't tried since, because now I'm scared of them. But yeah, I love those little things. They look fabulous to me. They're on the list. I'll get some. You just got an ad. Christy just got an ad. Yes, because it's 9:30, and I've set it to every half hour because that way all the ads are for everyone are at the same time, everyone who gets ads, and it's not like interrupting at awkward times. Destiny says, I would have loved to have had bushcraft options in school like camping sauvage or how to make a fire or even such things in the otherwise boring PE classes. I would have as well. In some places like Germany, for instance, they've got outdoor schools, right? Like elementaries where the kids are outdoors all the time. And I think that is a good way to create a grounding from which a kid can then build a love of the outdoors and maybe become an avid camper or a bushcrafter or whatever. I love the idea of these outdoor education classes. Yeah, there's Christy got an ad. Yeah, Sash doesn't like the commercials during live streams. I don't love them either. I'm trying to control them as much as possible. Lorenzo makes his own candle for his version of the UCO or UCO lantern. There's no reason why you can't. I could see that. I could see that. I mean, the candle making isn't like, it's not rocket science. Do you use some sort of a form to make sure that they're the right width, or do you just sort of dip until yeah, that's about right. And like, are your candles always like, are they uniform? Like they're always the same, or is it just like whatever fits? Country Boy says, I am determined to get out to Abraham Lake this year. Jess, life will probably get in the way, but I'm going to try. It's a beautiful lake, and it's as old as I am. And hey, there's a weekend in August when there's some great music happening. Yeah, I didn't see the ad. I should keep an eye on the YouTube more. Because right now I don't even know why I have the YouTube window open because I'm spending all my time looking at the StreamYard chat so that I can put stuff on screen. Sorry, I just got a ding. Nice. He's gonna feed the oh, somebody's got a fire. I know he's got a fire. Guess who doesn't have a fire? Rat bastard. Because I have to live in Montreal where burning solids is verboten. Tired, guys. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Man, it's been a rough couple of weeks. Sorry, I'm not trying to fidget. I just spilled a deck of cards all over my desk. So I'm just packing it away. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. What's that from? Pump it up, Chris. Is that crisscross? Did I just epically age myself? Shawnee wants to go camping in May. May's a good time to go camping. Early enough that there are no bugs, late enough that there's no ice. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Destiny says, I bet Chris has stories to tell about trucking through unexpected snowstorms. Most likely. I saw an accident on my way to the office this morning. It's like, man, that guy looked like he'd just been through the scariest thing in his life. Looked like it was a one-car accident. I think he lost control and sort of hit the concrete and like spun a few times because the front and the back were completely mashed up. But there was no other car anywhere. I mean, there was a cop car there or like a couple of emergency vehicles, but poor guy. Hike with Mike never lets me down. Thing is, like, something because I've got an absolutely beautiful mind, a mind that's great to live inside of. Um, like lyrics will just pop into my head, and I'll be like, "Yeah," but I don't always remember what that's from. I just associate something completely unrelated to a lyric, and because I'm who I am, it just goes out there before I can sort of stop it. Peanut Trucker says to Destiny, I came through the cold freeze over the weekend. It was minus 45 Fahrenheit in Nebraska on Saturday. The fuel pumps at the truck stop were frozen. Oh, wow. Minus 45 Fahrenheit. Is minus 40 where degrees Canadian and degrees freedom meet up? Or is, yeah, because plus 40 north of the border is like 100 or something below the border, right? So it's minus 40 where the two meet. Yeah, the thing is, I feel that minus 40 is too cold. It makes me grumpy. It makes me want to write a letter, an angry letter as a taxpayer, a voting person. You know, prepare yourself. Don't piss me off with this minus 40, or I'll vote for a different Mother Nature. I think it was Country Boy who once said that my stream of consciousness could really use a beaver dam. And I have two things to say about that. One, yeah. Two, to hell with you. I wish I'd thought of that. Hi, good Mike saith. Like I said a couple of weeks ago when you said stop, you're singing my song comment. I didn't use it all the time now. Okay. Yeah, that's cold, Peanut Trucker. That's cold. I've only really been in minus 40 like maybe a half dozen times in my whole life. And every time I'm like, I don't need this kind of hell. I don't need this kind of nonsense. I want hot chocolate and I want it now. Now, you know. G straight. That's from House of Pain. Another great another great musical selection from back then. Hike with Mike Seth. You got some wicked cold weather coming your way Saturday night. Make sure you drip your faucets to prevent pipes bursting. Yeah, I tell you. Oh, hey, there's David Evans. He says, "Hold the peoples." David Evans is a channel hero, and also a channel moderator. So now that he is in the house, everyone be nice so that the hammer does not get dropped upon you. I don't even have to say that anymore. I mean, we haven't had problems in months. The last time we really had a problem was when somebody was taking down one of my guests. I was having a panel discussion. Oh yeah, Kevin Callan was on, and there was, I don't remember who it was, like kind of taking him down, like in the side chat, and he was getting really pissed off about it. And that's when I started like, that's sort of when I sort of started half jokingly saying, hey, everyone be nice, or they're gonna drop the hammer on you. I felt I was mortified because I hadn't realized what was happening, because I was spending like all my attention on the live conversation going on, right? The panel discussion. And so when I looked back afterwards and saw why Kevin was getting so angry, I was mortified that somebody was being made uncomfortable on my show, because I see everyone hanging here as friends, and as people that I like speaking to every Tuesday, and so the vast majority of us here are nice to each other. I just like, if I'd been paying more attention, being a little more pro, I would have stomped all over that. Because the thing is, anyone who's a guest on my show, they're not charging me money for it, right? They're volunteering their time to help to help spread information, to help tell funny stories, to help entertain. We're going to move on because this is going to get boring because this is like months old now. Hike with Mike said, in Florida, the humidity is always 80% or above. That sucks when it's hot, and it really sucks when it's cold. All right, I'm a hero channel. Sorry. Off-grid recon in the house. Whoops. Click. Hello. Click. Off-grid recon in the house. Ice. Ice. Ice, baby. Russell remembers who it was. Later after the stream, I'll ask you because I don't remember. But I remember. I don't like feeling the way I felt looking back on those comments at all. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm all right. How are you? What's the weather like where you are? I'm glad to be talking to everyone tonight, especially like anytime I've got that silly. Well, it's not silly. Anytime I've got that school meeting, I'm never sure if it's going to go like 3 hours, kind of thing. I mean, it usually doesn't. I'm a pretty rapid fire chairperson, right? I'd like to sort of keep it going so that we're in and out in an hour or less, and we were pretty good tonight. Hike says it's been a rough couple of days. I always look forward to Canadian night live streams because Canadians are mellow. Oh, so like you hang out with Dennis and then you come here? Is that it? Dennis really knows how to bring the mellow, that's for sure. Dude, you don't pay Russell? I couldn't afford Russell. Gaston Villacorta. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing? I don't think I've seen your name before. So welcome to the live stream. Tonight's live stream is a little less organized than I usually like them, just because every now and again it's good to do a, what should I call it, guys, when we're not doing the reading and the news and all that stuff? Should we call it a freewheeling night? Just talk about whatever pops up. Destiny was wondering what the subject was for tonight, and when I said I don't have one, what do you want to talk about? She didn't answer, unless she did answer and I missed it, in which case, Destiny, sorry, my bad. Gaston wants to know what country are in. I'm in Canada. There's a lot of Canadians here and a lot of Americans. Gaston, are you in like Mexico or Spain or something? Hey, homie Omi in the house. How's it going? Are you are you called homie? Is that what you're showing, or are you commiserating with me because of the epic snow dump we've had recently? Off-grid recon also lots of ice and freezing rain. Yeah. Hi, with Mike's asking where Russell is. He's here. Although he's a lot quieter than normal. It's funny because I'm not on dry week anymore, and he's not saying anything. It's 9:45. Oh, shift! It's 9:45, and I didn't plan my whiskey. I guess it's going to be the Filey Bay again then. Though I don't want to drink too much of that. I need to have some for my my shoulder port review on the other channel. David says, have to admit, weather-wise, it's nice to be back in some warmer temps. Yeah, you're missing some coldness. Well, today it's not, but it was a beautiful day. Aside from well, here's the thing. It wasn't a snowstorm. There were some very slightly stormy sections, but like a lot of today was a snow globe, but I mean a lot of today. So we still ended up kind of epically dumped on. I did a lot of clearing of the car to get around today and some shoveling and stuff. Organized. I don't know. What was that? What did I say? Oh, I see. No, I don't see. Beer's done. Destiny says, no topic. Like the Just Chatter, as I like to call it. The Just Chatter. I love it. Portland, Oregon, in the house. Snowy tonight, I'm assuming. I with Mike went back to your hometown of Dunedin, which is where the Blue Jays do their spring training. I did when Montreal had a team, when the Expos were a thing, didn't they do their spring training in Florida as well? Or am I misremembering? Off Grid was in Germantown, Wisconsin last week. That was fun and cold and snowy. Russell, you're still sick. Shite. Oop. I mean, shift. That sucks. What a lousy time to be sick. Don't love that at all. Not for you. When we were in Jamaica, Cody had something wrong with her. She was having tummy fires of some sort, which is really too bad because she's the queen of food, and she was eating as little as she could. I felt really bad for her. I mean, she wasn't like wasting away in bed or anything. She was still up and doing all this stuff, but she was like, I don't feel like eating. I don't feel well. Okay, well, I'm glad that you're feeling a bit better, but I still feel really bad that this. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, there's no good time to feel sick. It just feels even worse when you're on vacation, right? Because it's like, I'm wasting time. I should be enjoying every moment, and I'm lying here feeling terrible. Yeah, Florida, Arizona. There's a part of Arizona that's like this famous dark sky zone where people rent, like long-term rent, little tiny plots of land to set up a telescope on, because the star parties are so amazing. David says maybe all teams do spring training in Florida. I don't know. I just seem to remember that the Expos and the Blue Jays did. Arizona for sure, apparently. Arizona in spring. Arizona in summer is probably like living on the surface of the sun, but even in spring, I think it would be too hot for me. I'm not big into the hot weather. I keep telling you guys. I keep telling you guys. David is asking if Russell is home yet. We're not going to discuss that. As far as we know, he's still sitting in a restaurant, drinking tea and having no alcohol, because tea is a good drink. It's 10 to 10. So I don't know. Should I be even having whiskey tonight? Or should I abstain on Russell's behalf? Should I do a dry hour in the name of poor Russell, who's too sick to drink with us tonight? Serge, did you have a beer? Is anyone having a little brewski or a little beverage of some sort? Christy's probably having whiskey. Of course you should have one, says Christy. Country Boy's stepmom is in Yuma. Yuma. I've never been to Yuma. I'm gonna pour her one of these. Destiny says have the whiskey. It's gonna have to be a fairly small one, he says, and then pours half the glass. Just kidding. Off-Grid Recon is having Powerade. Serge is no alcohol this evening. Not the best of ideas while splitting logs every hour. So yeah, okay, I back that absolutely. No matter what, I always leave, whether I'm cooking or camping or whatevs. I always leave the alcohol until after all the sharps are put away. David says that they had their condo board elections tonight. What a shift show. Is that in Florida? Because up north you don't have a condo. My mom lives in a condo. I do not. I live in a house, semi-detached. Okay. Whoops. Hold on. Oh, in Florida. Okay. Destiny says, I just learned that those Dietz lanterns are designed to go out as soon as possible if they tip over. Cool design. I think, did I just peek there? Sorry. Should I back off? I think that, I believe that all storm lanterns or hurricane lanterns are designed to go out immediately if they tip over. The Foya hand, like I have, definitely are. Um, my Canadian one, whatever it's called, that Russell bought me, I believe is also designed to go out as soon. Like I think it's inherent in the design of those lanterns that if they tip over, they go out, so that you can't burn down, your frontier era log cabin by tipping over a lantern. Country boy says, I did it again. Country boy trapped in the city says, just a regular bud for me tonight, although I don't have to work tomorrow, so maybe a wee dram of the Glenfiddich 12-year-old single malt. There's no one here to fight with, so the brown liquor should be safe. Um, yeah, yeah, I could back that idea. The Glenfiddich 12 is a whiskey that a lot of whiskey anoraks kind of turn their noses up at. 40% alcohol by volume, caramel colored, chill filtered. And yet, I did a little experiment where I sort of blind poured some drams. What you do is you stick a colored dot on the bottom of your Glencairn, and you stick that on the bottle as well. And you pour like four small drams, mix them around so you don't see what you're drinking. Um, and I thought it was a beautiful freaking flavor. It was a beautiful whiskey. I mean, 40% is 40%, but it was still terrific. Like it was nowhere near the bottom for me. They do a very good job at that distillery of making tasty freaking drams. 6 minutes until whiskey time. So in the meantime, I'll have tea. Russell is asking if David was elected. And yet I still let this guy be a moderator, right? Are there any lanterns where the globes don't break when you knock them off your desk? That just never gets old, does it, David? Does it? It's not funny. It is kind of funny. I'm just not happy about what I spent to replace that globe. No politics for David. Yeah, you don't want to be elected to the board of a condo complex that you're not at for about half the year anyway, right? Excuse me. Peanut Trucker says what we all believe. David Evans is a hero on so many levels. He's a channel hero. There's one level. There's a quote about politics. What is it? It's the art of. Oh, what is that quote? Hold on. Politics is the art of. Nope. Nope. No, what keeps showing up is that Otto von Bismarck quote about politics being the art of the possible. No, no, that's not what I'm thinking of. I mean, that's a very famous one and blah, 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 but it's not what I'm thinking of. There it is. Politics is the art of looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, diagnosing it incorrectly, and applying the wrong remedies. That's what I was looking for. It's not I'm not being political by saying that. I'm not taking down any one party. Hike with Mike says, our politics is the art of bull. Fair enough. Country Boy says, I can't see Dave as a politician. Punching people isn't a good way to get reelected. SV Raven referencing an old autocorrect by saying, Audi, yes, I'm driving. We're at the funnier part of the evening. The part where you guys start getting funny and I don't have to talk so much. Now, if Russell was feeling well, I'd be saying, where the hell are you? But he's not feeling great, so we're going to leave him alone. Okay, so you guys probably hear me fidgeting because I fidget like you wouldn't believe. I just got a new deck of playing cards, Studio Ghibli themed, Spirited Away themed cards. So I'm very excited. I have way too many decks of cards. I did a video once where I go into how every now and again, like I'll pick a card sort of as almost a decision making thing, you know. These cards haven't been shuffled yet, so they're useless for that. I don't know why I like playing cards so much. Like, I think I do know why. I would love to design a deck of playing cards that's utterly gorgeous. You know? You know? Yeah, I keep ordering pairs with sets of cards for no reason. I have no one to play them with. I'm really good at playing patience, though. Whatever the other word for patience is. Solitaire? I bought these because Studio Ghibli is my all-time favorite animation house. Bar none. Absolutely bar none. And they sort of popped up as as a tertiary part of a search I was doing on Amazon for something else. I was like, huh? Click. Buy now. Christy, she's telling Russell, suck it up, rub some dirt in it, and join. Nah, come on, leave him alone. He's not feeling well. I hate not feeling well. Like there are things that I'm okay with and things that I'm not. Like a sore throat, I'm like, oh. But what I can't handle is nausea and headaches. Cannot handle. Yeah. Stuff to the gills, you know, like ruinous stuffage of the sinuses. Okay, I'll deal with it. But a headache and or nausea, kill me now. Does Russell still do the music songs? All he muses about things. I have no idea. I know not. For am I Russell's keeper? Preaching the choir here, David. Yeah. Russell says, you love playing with cards so much because you were a gambler in your past life. We play the gambler. A train bound for nowhere. The word for patience is clients. No, it's patience is I think it's called solitaire. Destiny says, I can clearly see Sir David Evans in the Canadian Parliament solving a lot of issues with the infamous two-finger throat punch of Bruce Lee. Oh, Lorenzo out and about is out. Good night. Sleep well. I hope the rest of your week is fantabulous, Lorenzo. Destiny found another quotable quote to go into the book. Christy's like, I made the book. I love it. I do love it. So I have 2 sets of cards on the desk. This one I think you guys have seen. This is I believe this is the deck that I was using in that video where I was using cards as a decision-making process thing. Right? I do love cards. I just love cards. I'm just putting the cards away because I fidget, man. I fidget. Holy crap. When I've got a blanket on, I'm fidgeting with the binding. When I got cards, I'm popping open the box. I'm fidgeting. Right now I'm fidgeting with some dice. 2202, it is whiskey time. Whiskey time. One little thing. Give it the schnozy schnoz. Absolutely beautiful. I believe the review of this is up on my channel. I think I give it a fairly high mark. Hey, who called you Russell? Who called you Russell? I mean, there's Russell and there's Chris. There's David and there's Jess. Jim is, Russell, are you sick at home, homesick, or seasick? Maybe he can be all 3 at once. So good. Do you hear that? Politics is the art of looking for trouble. Misdiagnosing it. No. Looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, misdiagnosing it, and was it doing the wrong thing? No, applying the wrong remedies. I did? I don't remember. Sorry if I did. I didn't mean to. I don't really think I did, though. I think you're both wrong. Freaking wrong. David bought computer glasses today. Man, what you mean the ones that block the blue light? I bought those for Cody, then she broke them. Then I bought them for Cody again, then she broke them. Because apparently I can just keep buying glasses. But I kind of think I should get myself a set. I think I should get myself a set. Some of the people at work are wearing them. When did I call Chris Russell and Russell Chris? Cressel. Stop talking. Hey. Oh no. Okay, trifocals. I don't have trifocals. I do have sort of a halfway thing. These are what do you call them? Progressives. So, but like they're not actual trifocals. Like I wear, like I look through this part here to see far away, and then this part here to read and to look at things, so that I'm not like, you know. Hi, with Mike asks, peanut trucker, if you'll make any peanut runs to Williston. They have a lot of peanut farms. Oh, when I read your comment about being a gambler, sorry. Country Boy says trifocals. Jeebus, that's a lot of head tilting to get the right spot. It's kind of a lot with the progressives too, though. When I first got progressives, going down a flight of stairs was terrifying. Hi, good. Mike says I haven't hauled in 8 years. Really? Is Is hauling a specific? Oh, you haven't hauled peanuts in 8 years. Oh, I thought you were still hauling peanuts. I mean, you're damn, Holmes, your title is your tag, your tagline, your name, your nick, whatever, is Peanut Trucker. I thought you were hauling like huge bucket loads of peanuts everywhere. Imagine my surprise when Peanut Trucker doesn't haul peanuts. I did not call you Hike with Mike. Now you're just joshing. You're just making fun. I called you Chris. I called you Holmes. I called you Holmes. What? No, what did I call you? Not Hike. Not Mike with Hike. Kidding. I know it's Hike with Mike. I know it's all dangerous. I'm not sure what to say. I don't know how to talk. I'm afraid I could use some cheese. Maybe some peanuts. I do like a peanut. Anybody want a peanut? I think that's Princess Bride. Why do you people listen to this? I wonder where Al is tonight. I mean, Russell's sick in a bunk. I wonder, is Al out gambling the night away, having a drink at the bar on board, at the onboard bar? He's also the road hammer. Yeah, David. He road hammer. Train bound for nowhere. Oh, what? The peanuts from peanut butter. Okay, I like peanut butter on my what? On your bologna, burgers, and chicken? No, Holmes. Peanut butter is for chocolate. I also like peanut butter. I eat the 100% peanut stuff. You know that you have to mix, and then mix, and then mix, and then put it in the fridge upside down so that it doesn't sort of settle wrong. Peanut butter trucker. I guess peanut trucker does work a lot better as a title, but you know it's funny because it never even occurred to me to ask. I just had this image of you as some guy who's hauling peanuts. I'm thinking like that's a lot of peanuts, but it never occurred to me to even ask where your handle came from. You know, and believe me, I'm someone who's been asked where his handle came from. Christy likes peanut butter on apples and bananas. Apples and bananas. Coat your chicken and peanut butter and throw it on the grill. It's the best. I don't think that my 100% peanut butter would work that way, because wouldn't it separate with the heat or some damn thing? Turn into oil and glop? Coat it with peanut butter. Throw it on the grill. Yeah, I would not like it on bologna either. Then again, I do not like bologna. I do not like to eat bologna. I do not like to think about bologna. And I don't even like to say bologna. Okay? So why are we talking about this? What's going on here, people? What's going on? Where are we? What is life? No, hold on. Whoa. Vanilla ice cream, peanut butter, chocolate sauce, and whipped cream. I could do that. I don't need the whipped cream. I would not take the whipped cream, but everything else on there sounds like a party in the mouth. Absolutely. Country Boy says, I knew that. We must have talked about that one time live chat on Discord. Well, the only time I've chatted with you on Discord. I was not part of that chat, so it didn't really exist. Just saying. I just realized I should probably make sure that there's none of this beer left. I don't want to waste any, even though it's only like of middling quality. That was not right. I shouldn't have said that. The quality is not the issue. It's just not. It's just not my jam. Oh, it's a CB radio handle. And your best friend who's no longer with us was grape jelly, and we ran together all the time. That's amazing. Okay. I mean, I feel stupid smiling at that, but I mean, the idea of it is really good. I like that. My question as well. Doesn't it just melt off the chicken? But apparently, no. It's a good binder. Really, this card has nothing on it. What the hell's up with that? What kind of crap is that? See, because of the brain I have, I'm gonna have to go through all these cards to make sure that that's not like something that should have been printed, right? That literally is an extra to take up room or something. I'm gonna have to look through 52 cards. I'm like, okay, there's 4 kings, there's 4 queens, there's 4 jacks, or knaves, depending on where we live. 4 knaves. Whoops. People would see us going down the road and say, "There goes peanut butter and jelly." I love it. Yes, I do know that there's a lot of African stuff that's peanut butter. There's a peanut soup that I absolutely love. Don't know remember what it's called. It's not your jam. Try some peanut butter. Ha 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 ha. Mike, is that where we're going tonight? Is that the quality of the discourse? Is that what's happening? Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of South Asian stuff with peanut stuff. Ghost card. Sales says that they're often made in case you have a damaged card. Huh. All right. Ghost card. Right. If I start another channel, like a gaming channel, RPG channel or something, I'll call it Ghost Card. Hey there, friendlies. Welcome to Ghost Card. I'm not going to start another channel. I do have a channel like registered or whatever. I created a channel for in case I ever decide to do like a science fiction or gaming or something. I don't remember what the hell I called it, but I mean I've got one sitting there empty. But I'm never gonna have time to do it. I had this idea of like the first video series I would do for it was building that like $1,000 Millennium Falcon. Didn't I talk about that during the last live stream? So we'll just move on. I'm just saying that I had a concept for starting that channel. There's a question I would ask if I knew that this was a geekier group, but we're not. So good old whiskey. I have to apologize to, was it Christy or Shawnee? I told one of you that I was going to make that cherry old fashioned by this week, but I ran out of. Last week was terrible, y'all, and this week has started off kind of frustratingly bad as well. So I've just spent the whole week and a half so far. Oh well, week and 2 days now, just putting out fires. Like just like epic garbage. It was you, Christy. Yeah. I didn't want to be like, yeah, Christy, and Shawnee was saying, actually that was me, but I was pretty sure it was you. Sorry, I thought I was getting a message, but it's just my phone saying that it's bedtime at 11 o'clock. Like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. It's Happy Tuesday. Everyone is happy. Yeah. Get your geek on. I have this thing like because of I'm gonna make this real short because I think that most of you will be bored by this, and I don't want to alienate the massively 20 people who have the patience for me right now. Whoa, yeah, chicken satay with the peanut sauce. Hell's yes. You used to make that for your kids. I should try making that. Did you have like a preferred recipe, country boy? I should try making that. I was 5 in 1977 when I saw Star Wars opening week. Had my ears pinned to the wall by that movie, and it it was a big event for me. And so, like when I was young, I was pretty geeky. You know, I went through a Dungeons and Dragons phase that lasted me 2 years in high school. Like what in some places they call junior high, I think, you know, grade 7 and grade 8. Um, so it's hilarious that I have dice again for the first time in like 30, 34, 32 years. Um, I've always really wanted to live on the Millennium Falcon. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I've always wanted to be the captain of that ship. And that was solid latent desire. Um, which is part of the reason I keep talking. Well, I don't keep, but like last week I was talking a lot about that Lego one. But when Firefly came along, for a bunch of us, it sort of created this crisis of faith. Like maybe I want to live on that one instead. You know, like this is even in the realm of possibility. Did anyone here actually watch Firefly? Because here's the thing, like Joss Whedon even said, you know, like it goes back to the Millennium Falcon because for him everything goes back to the Millennium Falcon. When he said that, I was like, "You're my people, Holmes." I mean, I wouldn't say that about him now, but um, um, hold on a second. Your kids will love it. And I said, sure. Hike with Mike says, "What movie changed your life?" Well, I think Star Wars did, but not in like I have to change the way I live way. Um, it was the film that brought back orchestral scores, right? A lot of films up until then were using like rock scores, you know, like we're just coming through the Easy Rider film generation kind of thing, you know, Hair, stuff like that. Um, but for me, when I was a kid, it changed. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? From like policeman, fireman, soldier, whatever, to Han freaking Solo. You know, Goodwill Hunting. I wish this was a different channel right now, and that you could just come on and we could talk about this because Goodwill Hunting was phenomenal, right? Um, and I don't think it changed my life in any way, but I love stories like that. Stories where like knowledge is really the central character, or like I don't know how to put this in either official language, but that was a very special movie. Absolutely. Another film that I felt that I feel was very special was like maybe Jacob's Ladder. Um, when Harry Met Sally is a foundational film for me. I'm trying not to use the word seminal because I don't want, you know, Russell to have a coronary while he's feeling sick. But it was a foundational film for me in a lot of ways. As someone who has always wanted to be a scriptwriter, as someone who went to school for directing and script writing, um, I have seen When Harry Met Sally more often than I have seen any other movie. Any other movie. I have seen When Harry Met Sally. I'm fond of saying that I've seen it 47 times, but I've actually seen it 4 more times since the 47. Um, I ruined a VHS tape. I scratched the crap out of a DVD. One of my all-time top favorite movies. Period. No discussion. Um, yeah, I think The Princess Bride, not a big ticket, high impact movie in a lot of ways, but in some ways it really, really is. Because I like the way it was made. One of the films that, as someone who went to film school, I respect the most, and I loved on many levels, but will never see again was Irreversible. That was by Cesar. Crap. What's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? Um, I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, that's it. Gaspard Noé. Okay. Irreversible is a 2002 French art thriller film written and directed by Gaspard Noé, starring Monica Bellucci, Vincent Cassel, and Albert Dupontel. Okay, so the thing about irreversible. What the thing about I'll call it irreversible is that it's about this crazy tragic night. Okay, at one point, the Monica Bellucci character gets raped, and it's a 10-minute rape scene. Okay, and it is not Hollywood style rape. It's horrifying to watch. And it's not even graphic. But the entire film is told in reverse. So it starts with this act of utter savagery. And it sort of goes backwards, and until the last scene is this beautiful just moment of contentment. And like what I love about Gaspar Noé is that to him, he takes the opposite view of violence as Hollywood. Like in Hollywood, man, violence is glorified in a lot of ways, right? Like punches have this big sort of Hollywood sound, boom. You know, combat, and aside from like Saving Private Ryan, but like combat is stylized, rape is stylized. All these things are stylized. With Gaspar Noé, man, he's like, if I'm going to put violence in my movie, the audience is going to squirm. And when that film hit, I think it was Cannes, people had to leave. They had to leave. And so to me, that was a foundational film that I will never, ever watch again because I spent a large part of the film behind my sofa. Um, I love a director who's like, we're going to twist filmmaking today, you know? I just realized I'm going down the rabbit hole. I'm off into the weeds, and I'm gonna stop here because I mean I could go on. I could give you a top 10 most seminal, most foundational films for Jesse, but at the end of the day, this isn't a film podcast. It's not a film live stream. It's not a film channel. Deer Hunter, Apocalypse Now, the golden age of Hollywood was amazing, and they don't make movies that way anymore, but everyone else does. I don't know where Marcus is. I was wondering where he is. Peanut thinks he's eating nachos. Christy is pretty sure that Steve watched Firefly. You'll ask him when he comes back up. You gotta watch it, man. Fabulous TV. Heartbreaking how little of it exists. Because they got canceled before they even got an entire season out. Peanut Trucker's asking how Steve is doing. David says, what's special about Good Will Hunting? Wow, it's a fabulous movie. Fabulous. And it's about someone who, it kind of reminds me of a film, the name of which escapes me, so I'm just going to shut up and move on. Smokey and the Bandit? Really? I saw Smokey and the Bandit. It's sort of a good time movie, right? It's sort of one of the classic good time movies. That was a good era for films like that. You never saw Good Will Hunting? Okay. As you wish. Someone else has seen Princess Bride with me. Not with me, but you know what I'm saying. It's a movie about someone that is trying to find their way in life and dealing with emotional trauma and finally finding yourself. That's as good a write-up about that film as I can think of. And in the end, he just, he goes off. He just leaves. No, stop. I'm not going to say anything else because not everyone's seen it. Deliverance, big ticket movie, classic for a reason. Okay, Destiny's out. Bonsoir tout le monde. See you next time. Bisous. All right, see you later, Destiny. Have yourself a good evening and a good week. Speak to you next week. Yeah, Robin Williams was good in that film. Absolutely. Some films showed, like, Robin Williams is like comedian Robin Williams, comic actor Robin Williams. And then he does something like, Good Will Hunting, or was it The Fisher King, I think, where you see that, no, this guy's got acting chops as well. And by the way, I don't like talking about Robin Williams because when he offed himself, I took that personally, man, because that guy got me through stuff. And I was angry at him. I think the world was better with him in it. And I think it was. Nobody wants to die. Right? Nobody who offs himself wants to die. What they want is the pain of living to stop. And so I was angry at him for leaving because the world was a better place with him in it. And I was angry at the world for him being in that position. Deliverance gave you nightmares. I could see that. So Destiny's gone. She's abandoned us. Yes, he did watch it. It's a great show. You got to watch it, Christy. You got to watch it. Great show. And then they made a movie after it was canceled, and the movie, in my opinion, spat on the. I'm gonna stop myself. That's. Shut up, Jesse. I did not like the movie near as much as I liked the half season we got. I don't think that the movie did justice to the magic of the show. It felt like an angry movie. It felt like Joss Whedon was angry and made the movie to stop the requests, or to stop the discussion of there being a possibility of there ever being more episodes. Like it was like a slap to the face of the fandom more than anything else. Garbage movie. David Evans loves a good war movie. I don't know if you're being serious or not, but Pretty in Pink was. Look, that was an era with, like, there was Pretty in Pink, there was The Breakfast Club, right? There's a generation for whom those films are cornerstones, you know? Yeah, I think, I'm getting the idea that some of you guys sort of felt the same way about Robin. Hike with Mike is going to sleep to sleep the stress away. Good night, all. Hike, I hope that I helped take some of the stress away from you for a little while here tonight. Oh, my land, it's already 10:30. What the heck? What the heck? I think Russell might have gone to sleep. Yeah. Look at that. So Sin almost fire. 16 candles. Christy knows where it's at. She knows the era I'm talking about. I saw on the Book of Faces a Lego. Sales says it's almost time for a commercial. Let's see if one pops up. I'm gonna watch. I saw somebody. I don't know if it was like an actual set or if somebody created this, but somebody Legoed the fancy house and the car from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like, the car in the trees. And I thought that was a particularly Generation X Lego project. You know what I'm saying? I got to drink less. I mean, I'm not drinking all the time. I essentially, the only time I ever drink is when I'm on camera. But yeah, I feel I charged through expensive bottles too quickly when I live stream. Band of Brothers, great stuff. Absolutely. I relatively recently watched That sentence was patently untrue. I was about to say something completely untrue. I did not recently. I've mentioned before that I watched the 1955 Zorro series from Disney and loved it. I also, a few years ago, watched a couple of like westerns, like Fistful of Dollars kind of thing, and then I watched like Appaloosa and realized that I don't hate westerns. You know, 8 Acres has every other Tom Hanks movie. I like Tom Hanks, man. I'll watch anything with him in it, which is funny because I have not seen most of his recent things because I haven't seen any movies because being a dad is terrible for watching movies. But I did actually. I actually went into a movie theater recently. I took my kids to see the latest Studio Ghibli film, Boy and the Heron. Um, you know what? I just noticed something. So I have the YouTube page on in the corner, in the on the other, and I realized that I've completely jumped backwards somehow. So I don't know if there are ads playing right now or not. Let me just bring that up to speed. Yeah, but I don't know. Did anyone get an ad at 10:30 and at 10? David Evans thinks that. Excuse me. David thinks that Tom Hanks is one of the best actors of our time. I don't think he's wrong. I don't think you're wrong about that at all. I think Tom Hanks is a terrific actor. He's also, unless he's got like this dark secret life that we don't know about, I think he's a great um, member of the Hollywood community. I think he's an awesome role model for people who want to become actors. I think he is great for anyone who's into typewriters because he's got a collection of typewriters. He very much loves, that analog thing, those typewriters. Um, he is intensely proud of certain elements of American history. He likes to help mythologize certain elements of American history. I myself don't give a crap about American history insofar as it's a foreign country's history, but the stories are really cool, right? Like Canadians didn't go to the moon first. You know what I'm saying? Like, Apollo 13 was not a Canadian story, but it was a really cool story. And Tom Hanks, when he gets attached to a project like that, he makes sure it's done as right as you can. And so like, Apollo 13, Saving Private Ryan, slightly different, but still the same thing, man. If Tom is attached to something, I have heard that Saving Private Ryan is in many ways very realistic about World War II. He like, and I love watching, even though like I don't care about mythologizing America because it's not my country. I don't care. I like that approach. Like I like how he makes American history that entertaining, that interesting, that cool, that slick, that vibrant. You know, I've often said that we need someone like him to do films on Canadian history. We got some guys like what's his name, Paul Gross, who've done. He did Passchendaele. It was fine. It was fine. A little too much of a love story, not enough of a war story. But you know, hey, Whiskey Harbor's here. How's it going? Christy also thinks that Tom Hanks is great. Yeah, yeah, and he absolutely gets into his roles. He's got his, he knows what he's doing. He's got his research down. And at the end of the day, if I was American, so it's my history we're talking about, I would be utterly in love with this guy's creative process. As it is, I still am. I still am, but I mean, I still feel that they're not my stories that he's talking about. Whereas to, Christy and Chris, to you guys, I mean, that's part of your history, right? That's part of your history, and he's lifting it up. He's lifting it up into a Tom Hanks story. I saw Passchendaele. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think, Paul Gross he's a he's a good filmmaker. Um, his co-star was well, I guess for that film, just Carolyn Devernas. She's a Montreal actress who works in English and French. Americans who are into like sort of HBO kind of TV will recognize her from Dead Like Me, I think it was. No, not Dead Like Me. What the hell was it? Dead Like Me was someone else. What the hell was the one that Carolyn Devernas was in? It takes place on the American side um, of the Horseshoe Falls, of Niagara Falls. What the hell was it called? Anyways, whatever. Film geek stuff. Film geek stuff. We're at 22:37. Whiskey Harbor in the house. Now, if we're gonna be old school, then at like 10:55, Bettina's gonna swing in. But I haven't seen Bettina. Yes. Why, yes, that is what I meant to say. I haven't seen Bettina in a long time. I don't know what's up. Should probably ping her and see where she is. But yeah, so like I think that we need a Tom Hanks to uplift Canadian history, like a Canadian Tom Hanks, the way he does for American. Yeah, she hasn't been around in a long time. I wonder if I drunkenly said something insulting, because that's so me, right? Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what's up with her lately. Maybe I'll ping her, see how she's doing. God, Dan Aykroyd was in the Arrow movie. Does that make him Canada's Tom Hanks? No. I don't have a problem with Dan Aykroyd, but he ain't that. He ain't. No. No. I think Paul Gross is closer to Canada's Tom Hanks in terms of being a capable filmmaker. Although, like, even that, like, he doesn't do sort of the his films are always a little more camp, a little like he did Men with Brooms, which by the way was a hilarious movie. Bob and Doug, no. First of all, Bob and Doug were um oh, Bob and Doug. We're not like that, eh? Although I did call somebody a hoser the week before last, and I really freaking meant it. I wanted him to just stop existing. I mean, I don't mean that in a violent way. I mean that in a blow, and he disappears in a puff of curses away. Bob and Doug. Really? Again? It's funny. I just said like blow and he blows away. Puff and he blows away in a cloud of curses, and look at the card I just drew. I tell you, cards, they got it going on. Just like Stacy's mom. I remember when I was 10 or 11, I first saw Bob and Doug. It was the greatest. Okay. Canadians, what do we think of that? That's it. Next time I pop in on Tuesday, next Tuesday, I'll be like, I'll wear a toque and like a big one of those lumber jackets. I'll have a case of What's the beer they're drinking? Are they drinking like Molson Canadian or something? Molson X or something like that? Have cases behind me. Tea's a good drink. I don't believe that 20 people are still hanging with me. What the hell? I'm not that interesting, guys. Oh. Okay, first of all, I want to say Seth still remembers the majority of Bob and Doug's 12 Days of Christmas. But I love how he said it Bob and Dungs. I mean, that is if that's not a Freudian slip, I don't know what is. Oh yeah, Red Green. Okay, so there's a channel. I don't remember what his name is, but he's an American guy, and he's essentially learning about Canada. Um, what's his name? What is his name? YouTube.com, or as we say in French, YouTube.com. It's like, American learns about Canadian stuff, and his I think most recent is Red Green. Okay, his name is Tyler Bucket, and I love this guy. Hold on. Like, he does a lot of reactions to, Heritage Minutes and stuff like that. 5 months ago, he did one American reacts to the most popular Canadian TV shows ever. I'm gonna share his channel. Um, I love this guy because he is so curious. And, like, the image of Americans in Canada is that they're not really curious about other countries and stuff. And I know that that's false, by the way, because I have a crap ton of cousins-in-law or whatever in, like, New York and Miami. But that's just sort of like what the cliche is. So, um, so if anyone ever YouTubes and stuff, tab, I think I filled that full of, yeah, typos. Oh, Country Boy watches Tyler all the time. Yeah. Um, Peanut Trucker says it's not only Canada. My mother watches British shows, especially Mrs. Bucket. Oh, what's it? Keeping Up Appearances. Mrs. Bucket. It's Bouquet. Does she watch that on PBS or does she get what's it? BritBox? Is that what it's called? The British TV streaming service. One of my friends at work has BritBox. There's another one called Acorn TV, I think, where they play all the British shows. I would just spend all my time watching Doctor Who, so I cannot get into that. Also, man, I pay for enough streaming services as it is. Serge has seen a bunch of Tyler Bucket's videos. It's entertaining. Well, I like he's a low key guy, right? He's like, hey there, everybody. I'm just a normal, typical American learning and whatever it is. Super low key guy, super like obviously a curious guy, and I love curiosity. I think curiosity is where intelligence begins. Curiosity is where an engagement with the world takes root. Oh, for land's sakes. What? Um, curiosity curiosity can be where true creativity starts, right? Like, anyways, and I watch a lot of reaction videos, like a lot of reaction channels. Not religiously, but like here's this rap dude who's never heard of Joni Mitchell before, and then she does like Free Man in Paris or something, and he's like, what? Or guys like Tyler Bucket, or just the way I discovered Ren. He's a musician. I think he's originally Welsh, but he does not sound Welsh. He sounds like the wrong side of London. And Ren is phenomenal. like Ren is a marketing campaign away from being absolutely world famous. His songwriting is amazing. Um, his guitar playing is next level. His voice control is crisp, is exact. His songwriting is devastating. And the way I discovered him was I came across him through a reaction video. Somebody was reacting to Hi Ren. And I was like, I got to discover this guy, you know? Oh, Whiskey Harbor's out. Man, you were in short time, but it was good to have you here. See you next time. David's out too. All right. Oh, Miss Brown's boys. Okay. Russell can get a toque too for next week. That would be amazing. Benny Hill, yikes, and Monty Python. Okay, so that's old school. That's old school. My sinuses are going crazy, guys. Sorry. Just taking a look. Anyway, so yeah, there's one massive thumbs up for Tyler Bouquet. See how I wrap that back up to Mrs. Bucket. I also used to watch. The hell was it? I think it was just called World War II. And the conceit was that every week, like they followed World War II real time. Like it was a weekly, and it's like, okay, so this week in World War II, you know, Malta was hit by this and that and whatever. And like they would go through what happened this week in 1944. This week, like starting in 1939 when the world went to war. And yeah, what the hell was his name? Indy Nidell. I think he's doing the one called The Great War now, and someone else has picked up World War II. And I think he lives in Stockholm. I like Indy Nidell. I think his presentation was great. I'm gonna look it up. See if I can share you guys. Yes, that's it. I have now found it. I'm just gonna dump a bunch of channels on the side. Chitty McChat there for y'all's. The last 10, 11 minutes of the live stream. World War II. When I was working at Reader's Digest, I think I've said this to you guys before. Tell me if I'm boring. I worked with a guy with a history degree, and his whole thing was World War II. You know, he'd done World War II sort of as his concentration in school for his master's. I've always sort of been more of a World War I buff. I do kind of buy into the idea of World War I being our War of Independence, like especially Vimy Ridge, you know, like, and all that stuff. Like a lot of Canadians don't really want us to tell our birth of a nation, not birth of a nation, but like our coming of age story as one of having to hate and kill other people. But like Vimy Ridge was big, dude. Vimy Ridge was huge. And so like it was interesting to sit there with a guy who was more of a World War II buff. And I mean, like we did really well there too, right? But World War One, no, the armistice it directly caused World War II. You know, the articles that you know the armistice that was signed absolutely caused World War II. And so it was interesting to talk to him, because we had, like I don't have a degree in history for sure. I've read a lot of books on World War One, and I don't know anyone who fought in World War One, but I had two grandfathers in the Second World War. Why am I talking about this? This is boring. Oh, it's because I was just looking at I was talking about the YouTube channel. Is good night is all right. Sales is out. Good night, sir. Country Boy's ex-father-in-law used to watch Red Dwarf. Never did anything for me. Tried hard to emulate Monty Python. So if I said it's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere, you wouldn't pick it up with I'm all alone, more or less. I think that there's a real silly side of British comedy. And like I can quote you some Monty Python if you want, but I do acknowledge that it's not the highest quality humor in many, many ways. It is humor. The fish dance on the dock there, is that what it's called? The fish dance? Hilarious, but not highbrow humor in any way. And Red Dwarf was in many ways juvenile, but I still enjoyed it. I watched Red Dwarf and enjoyed it for the same reason I used to love the old Doctor Who before they got budget and good effects. Like when aliens shooting a bunch of, British army men was like the screen flashes and these actors sort of and go down. And that was an era of TV. Like look, the BBC is the biggest of the big, right? They got the budget of the budget these days. They're the biggest one, right? They're the only ones who could afford to do Top Gear. Like, there are no American networks that can compete. There are no German or French or definitely no Canadian or Australian networks that can compete with them for size, for budget, but at one point their budgets were really, really small. Faulty Towers, yep. You have a guy at work you call Manuel. Christy's never heard of Red Dwarf. Fishy fish. Country Boy says, I'm easily amused, so be as boring as you want. Fair enough. We're down to 13 people. I mean, some people have given up on us, but it's okay. There's only 6 more minutes. So it's quite late at night. It's quite late at night, Quite late. I'm really irritated that hard drive failed. I was really hoping to get my stuff. Here's the thing. I'm spending money trying to get this because I need my information. I want my information. I have like reams of short stories and books and poems and stuff started, and I just need to get at my info, man. My work situation has changed whereby I'm not writing for a living anymore, so I may be able to write in my off time if I get some time. And so I want to get these old stories that I had started and never finished. So my only hope is the raid drives, that I didn't damage them while taking them out of the old computer, or they haven't just sort of died or anything. I could really use some cheese, guys. I think Russell fell asleep on us. Do you guys check out these channels that I drop in the side chat at all? I mean, okay, so it seems that I didn't have to drop Tyler Buck in the side chat because some of y'all have already been watching him. Yeah, Russell is gone. Yeah, I figured so. I mean, he needs his sleep. The poor guy's not feeling well. Fuck you. Oh, I almost said a bad word. I just saved it last minute by saying funky. Off time. Me? Off time? I would love off time. I would love sleep. I think I should probably just win the lottery. I think that might help things, Give me a little bit of leisure time, writing time, you know, play with the kids for a while, send them to school, do a little writing. Love life. Love life. Who are we kidding? I'm not going to love life. It's not my jam. It's not my style. In the last 4 minutes, anyone want to say something hilarious? Anyone have anything they want to say at all in the side chat that they want me to read out so that everyone knows it and hears it and loves it? Last 4 minutes. Sorry, I thought I saw something weird, but I did not. I did not. It's not your jam, but maybe it's your peanut butter. Oh, really? Country boy, is that what we're going to do? Is that where we are? It's not your jam, but maybe it's your peanut butter. Peanut butter. I've already mentioned that I only eat the 100% peanut stuff that you have to mix. I have no regrets. It is a drag when we've got to open a new one of those babies, but I think the quality of the peanut butter is worth it. I don't like peanut butter that's full of sugar and salt. Christy's got nothing. What? You're letting me down. Chris is out through 700-mile day tomorrow. So I don't know what that is in kilometers, but that does sound like a long, hard slog. So sleep well and have yourself a good day tomorrow. One day I'm going to want to talk about like what you listen to and stuff while you're driving, Chris. We should have a chat one day. Oh, yeah, drive safe. Jess King is off as well. Chores to get done. I didn't even know you were still here. You were very quiet, Jess, but have yourself a good day. Christy, it ain't nighttime for him. It ain't. In fact, he's probably coming on lunchtime soon. Yeah. I was like totally rethinking myself. I was like, wait, yeah, but yeah, it's probably coming on late morning. Oh, my sinuses are going nuts, guys. My sinuses. Yeah, that habit. Yeah, I know. Same here. I've almost said goodnight to that guy a dozen times. Oh, I'm so tired, folks. I'm so tired. So ready for the sleeping of the sleeps. I'm hoping that I do not get up to like a foot of snow or anything tomorrow morning, because that would make me grumpy of grumpies. I'm just taking a look. Tomorrow, no snow apparently. -14 to -8. Right now it is -11. Just to show you guys that I am not living in balmy subtropical weather. If I was, I would probably be live streaming from a terrace with a thatched roof, a Mai Tai sitting beside me, scantily clad humans everywhere around me, making me feel fat and old. I'm sorry, dude. I'm tired. You're tired. Everyone's tired. Let it snow. yeah, Country Boys. He's at home tomorrow, so he can just watch the news, watch people sliding into each other on the news. On this. Oh, hey, it's 11 o'clock. That was a fast 4 minutes. So between now and I will see you all next week. I am pretty damn sure. I do not believe I will. I wasn't late today either, though. So, I feel that when I've got a governing board meeting, I'm like, oh, it might be late. I wasn't late today. Oh God, must sleep. So, between now and next week, everybody, please do the following things: be safe, be sane, be healthy, and be kind to one another. If Russell was here, he would say pea soup, but he's not, so I will not. See you next week, everybody. Bye.